Hello there, Dodge fans, Challenger fans, Charger fans, or just muscle car fans in general. Welcome back to the Challenge Couple. It's been a little while, but we're trying to build up one of our other channels right now. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out Digitally Twisted Outlaws. That's also in the channel section. Anyways, I talked about this in another video, but I want to hammer it home again because I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to this or are knowledgeable about this as they should be. MSN and their great decision-making capability decided to cover it with ads, but I will tell you what it says and what they're talking about, and you can find it all over the place. Article states it all. Dodge is charging extra to unlock its Dodge Daytona EV's full horsepower. Now, at first, people would think, well, of course, the 5.7 liter engine RT, that, cost so much, $20,000 to $30,000 depending on when you got it. The Scat Pack or the Scat Pack 392 or the Scat Pack 392 RT with shaker hood, and then the super long name that comes afterwards. All cost differently. Hell, your base model SRT Hellcat like I have costs not that much as compared to an SRT Hellcat wide body or a red eye wide body Hellcat or even a red eye Hellcat. Or if you want to get the big boys, you got the SRT Super Stock or the big massive very limited freaking Demon. So anyways, what I'm getting at is people may be thinking that the trims that are the options that Dodge is selling is like different model cars. But it's not. It's actually just like what Tesla did, which is very sneaky. It's kind of like video games and their loot boxes, or like you have to pay extra money to unlock features of a game that you already paid full retail price for. You're paying for the full price of this car, but in order to unlock all of the available, already attached, already manufactured, already built in horsepower, battery capabilities. Hell, sometimes I think one company was even messing around with the car seat heaters. Anyways, we're talking about Dodge. You will have to pay to unlock it. The customer who's already paid for all the hardware, everything's there, will now have to pay extra for all the software. This is a model that Tesla did when they first came out and they needed to make extra money. And they ripped off their customers. Basically, you're getting scammed. You already have the vehicle. You already paid for all of it. Now you're paying for a software program. And I'm not talking about like $50, which again is inexcusable. We're talking about thousands of dollars to unlock all this stuff. So not only is Dodge taking away the beloved V8, taking away combustion engines, basically kissing the butt of the World Economic Forum. Because remember, Dodge is no longer Dodge. Dodge is just a tentacle of Stellantis, which is a French-based company, which is beholden to the European Union, which bows down and bends over and spreads cheeks for the World Economic Forum, i.e. Klaus Schwab. You will own nothing and be happy. And I want to further point out that not only will you own nothing and be happy, as he says, this is a great example. If you need to pay to unlock something for software, that means that someone can also lock it back up and lock up your car permanently. You don't own this vehicle. This vehicle is just being leased out to you by Dodge, and you're just paying for all the parts. So forget how fancy it looks. Forget the stupid, dumb sound, the cat sonic sound, all that crap they have going on. And it's not even like the Dodge Direct connection, what this article does talk about, where you go back to a Dodge connected provider and they install parts or they upgrade it. This is literally software upgrades. And what they're doing too is Dodge is blocking anybody from creating aftermarket products. So you can kiss goodbye your body modifications, your engine modifications, your tuning, your adjustments, all of that. If you don't go through Dodge and it's very, very small, narrow group of aftermarket providers, you can forget it. You're not getting anything. And this has been confirmed by Dodge CEO Tim Kuniskis. And honestly, I'm not hearing a lot about this because this is the future for all cars as far as car manufacturers want it to be. They don't want you owning anything. You're going to pay for them for the parts, and they're going to basically own the keys of whether or not you're allowed to fully enjoy your car. Keep in mind, you've had people like BMW who sold subscriptions for your seat heaters. And this is something more and more car owners need to wake up to, especially these types that are going to be pushing for these self-driving cars, where basically a very loud minority of people shoved in cities are trying to force everyone else to have to follow their weird globalist ideology and are forced to drive these cars that they don't really own, or not be driven by cars, or be driven by cars that are owned by companies that they don't own because they own nothing. I'm now 100% not at all interested in the Banshee. In fact, I'm probably going to ride my Hellcat for a long time and then get my hands on another Hellcat or maybe even a Demon, if they're even still legal 5 years from now, and we'll just keep driving that. Honestly, I believe Dodge should have gone the route of hybrid. I think all car manufacturers have gone the route of hybrid. Could you imagine the supercharged V8? It had to be a little smaller, a little more compact. Like a 5-liter engine, small compacted one, and then a good supercharger up on top. But then you'd have like a little battery pack in the back, and then 2 small electric engines in the front that would basically put power from the electric engine of the battery to the front tires, and then the full V8 engine would still go back to the rear tires, pretty much making it some kind of hybrid all-wheel drive. That would have been a hell of a car to drive, because that would have solved so many issues that these rear-wheel drive monsters have with getting traction. Because, it's like you work so hard to get these cars, and now they're just basically stealing it from you. You don't own these cars. You have to pay software fees to have all the access to your car, even after you paid for all the hardware. I mean, for me, like, I don't custom mod our Hellcat, really. The craziest I've gotten is just swap out when I first got the car, I got it from a Porsche dealership, and the Porsche dealership slapped a bunch of Pirellis on it. Pirellis aren't bad tires, but really they're for Porsches. They're more for like European cars that, maybe more aerodynamic, don't have as much horsepower or torque in them. The tires were nice, they're comfortable, but they didn't grip the road worth a damn. And that could just be because, again, they're P0s all seasons. And then I upgraded to this Firestone Firehawk Indy 500. My God, there's a world of difference there. Like, these tires just grip the road. It's so much more fun to drive the Hellcat now. Anyways, so my main point with this video here is just to point out that Dodge is, once again, planning on screwing their customer. Well, not again, but I don't know. Again, I don't know if they've done before. Maybe they have. But they're definitely planning on screwing you over, and they're joining all the other EV companies that want to screw you over, that think that you own nothing and you should have to pay for it. All the software. Because to hell with actually, selling different types of cars and models. You're going to pay for it all up front, and then you're going to pay extra to unlock it. Get the hell out of here. All right, Muscle Car fans, we'll see you later.